Good morning and welcome back to the FPL Tom YouTube channel ahead of blank game week 34. As you probably can guess, everyone's on a free hit this week. That's all we're getting from this week, to be honest. A lot of it is going to be FA Cup, not FA Cup. What am I saying? I saw FA Cup in the chat. Free hit related in today's video. Of course, I'm on a free hit as well. We're going to go through my team, go through some potential picks that I'm thinking. Obviously, not every player in my draft is 100% confirmed. So, of course, if there are any, we are going to, just flick through them, have a little bit of a kind of think who is the best option. Of course, we've got the poll going around in the chat as well for captaincy for this game week. So, get your votes in for that one as well. I do feel like a lot of people are going to be going for Mohamed Salah. But maybe if you chase him rank, maybe there's going to be something else going off. I don't know. Maybe. Right, let's have a look in the chat. What is going off early doors this morning? Thank you for everybody for being here. Andy's in the chat. We've got FPL Shane as well. Absolute legends already. Nice and early. Love it from you guys. What early questions have we got? Are we looking forward to a new game week? I think we are. I think we're very much looking forward to a game week. Of course, FA Cup as well this weekend. I accidentally read that chat out while I was trying to say free hit. But yeah, FA Cup this weekend as well. So, of course, if your team is playing in that, best of luck heading into this one. Should I start him? Should I start Bradley or transferring Wood or Cunha to Strand instead? On a free hit, okay. I probably would avoid Bradley at this point. I think there's too much doubt around whether or not he's going to play. So I probably would just avoid it. Morning, Mark. Hope you're doing well. Honestly, I'm not happy with half my team on the free hit. Don't worry, Andy. We can get that sorted. I'm here. The coin's here. Everybody you need. They're all here, to be honest. Mohammed asks, Sells or Leno? I would prefer to go for Leno. Better clean sheet data for Fulham. So, yeah, I'd prefer to go for that one. Jamie's in the chat as well. Good morning, mate. Candy as well is in the chat. Jamie's got the right idea, though. Make sure you are smashing that like button early doors. Gets this stream pushed out to as many people as possible as well. Of course, we will be doing team reviews a little bit later on today's stream as well. So if you want to get your team sent over to me, head over to my Twitter at FPLTom_. Leave it under one of my most recent tweets, and we will try and help you guys out as best as possible. Because I do imagine this week we're probably going to get quite a few sent in because, people are picking players. Some teams definitely need some help as well. So yeah, definitely we'll try and help as many of you out as possible in today's stream. As you can probably hear from my voice, it's a little bit shaky, so I'm not going to go too mental today. No, probably singing today. It's in a little bit of worse for wear condition, but overall we're in good spirits. Morning, Tim, as well. Welcome to the channel. Hope you're doing good, mate. Cooking up a free hit right now. Watch this space. All right, Jamie, I'm looking forward to this, bro. I'm looking forward to this. We'll do some coin flips a little bit later. Don't worry, we'll get the coin involved. Don't you worry, we'll get the coin involved, my friend. But for now, let's take a look at how my team is lining up. Oh, okay, that lagged a lot. Hopefully that's not going to be a consistent theme throughout the stream. But yeah, the CPU on my computer then just absolutely skyrocketed. So hopefully it doesn't do that again. Otherwise, we're going to have to look at some other alternatives. But here is my team right at this second. And this is what we're currently working with. So we've got Leno, Trent, Trippier, Nuri, Luis Diaz, and Mbeumo, Salah, Jacob Murphy, Raul, Cunha, Isak. On the bench, we've got Areola, who I'm probably going to get rid of and upgrade. And Nico Williams, who again, I'm probably going to just get rid of as well and upgrade heading into this week. So the players that are a little bit ropey for me are Trent and Mbeumo. I think everybody else probably Leno you can throw in there as well. But Trent, Leno, and Mbeumo are the only players that I think I probably could swap pre-deadline. Everyone else, I think, is probably going to just remain within the side, to be honest. So yeah, I think it's just Trent, Mbeumo, and Leno. Which way do we decide to go with those is probably going to be kind of decided within today's stream. Everybody else for me does seem kind of, locked, to be honest. What tweet do we do the teams under? There should be one that says live now, and it has the picture of this deadline stream thumbnail. It would be my most recent tweet. Do it under that one, okay? Hello, Reese. Hope you're doing good, mate. Why bench Bowen? Have you seen the Brighton's predicted lineup? I haven't, but I'm going to go and take a look in a bit. We'll go through some predicted lineups as well. Thing is, Palmer for Mbeumo. Palmer is shocking. I just don't like Palmer as a pick this week. Maybe it's going to go tits up and maybe he will do something, but I just don't fancy it, and that's just the way I'm feeling on that one. People that have Mbeumo on a free hit sleep with socks on. I can confirm I do not sleep with my socks on. Thoughts on triple Newcastle attack? I don't mind it. I don't mind it. They're top on the betting markets for projected goals, so why would you not back an attack like that? Yeah, you're stuck with 8 other picks. Okay, Andy, we'll try and help you out, bro. We'll try and help you out. Like I said, get your team sent over. Hopefully, mate, we can help you out on that one. But yeah, this is where I'm at currently. This is where I am currently at. Oh, just knocked my house keys over. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to quickly replace Nico Williams and Areola because I don't really want either of these guys on the free hit. Goalkeeper-wise, who have we got for the goalkeeper? Who's got an okay fixture? I haven't got any... You know what? I haven't got any... what's his name? What's he down as? There he is. I haven't actually got any Bournemouth players, so... We've covered that off with the goalkeeper pick. Defenders, who haven't I got? Probably Sessegnon can just sit there. First sub on that bench. There we go. Like that. Boom. I'm now a lot happier with this team, to be honest. Confirmed transfers, yeah. There we go. So that's currently how we're looking heading into this week. So like I said, the only picks that I'm a little bit unsure of are Leno, Trent, and Mbeumo. Those are the players that could swap out of this team. I feel everybody else is pretty nailed, to be honest. There's nobody else that I'm like absolutely dying to bring in, really. So yeah. Don't you think Fulham will concede potentially? But I don't trust the Chelsea defence either. I really don't in that early kickoff. So I don't know which way to potentially go from that one. I think you can either genuinely have like Mbeumo or Trippier. I just think, you know, Trippier takes a lot of the free kicks and set pieces. Budget isn't too much of an issue, so that's why I've gone with Trippier. Simple as that. I originally had Fabian Schär and he was going to be the pick, but yeah, we're not going Fabian Schär anymore because of the comments that Eddie Howe made around his fitness. I was like, I'm not going anywhere near that one. Not going anywhere near that one. Go the Fulham second goalkeeper. Nah, I'm already triple Fulham. I've got Sessegnon, Raul, Leno, so just go Kepa on the bench. Like, Leno's going to play the game. If Leno doesn't play the game, whatever. It's one of those. But yeah. And maybe could go Sanchez in that other goalkeeper position, potentially. But again, I just don't trust Chelsea for a clean sheet. I don't know why, I just don't. The reason I went for that is if Anthony Gordon is going to play, it is going to be on the left-hand side where Barnes has been playing. So, yeah. That's literally the only reason I could see, was the reason I didn't select at Barnes. Barnes was in one of my drafts, but yeah, I had the budget if I wanted to go for it. So, but yeah, we'll have a look at Charlie's predicted lineups a little bit later, and maybe that sways my mind. But for right now, I'm just going to stick with Jacob Murphy. That's what I'm going to do. Thank you for sending your team in, Tim. Like I said, we'll get those done probably around about 8:30, I reckon. Maybe 8:30 we'll do some team reviews, get a good amount in. Yeah, I think Murphy starts. We'll take a look at some predicted lineups in a little bit. Have a look through, make sure everybody that we've got in the team is starting. But yeah, I think he starts. Welbeck or Raul. I think with no Muniz for this week, I would be more tempted with Raul. But saying that, Welbeck, no João Pedro to kind of combat his minutes. So, yeah. Charlie says Murphy doesn't start. Uh-oh. Okay. We might be making some changes then late on. We might potentially be making some changes. Eesh. I'm taking a punt on Sessegnon, 4.1 million defender that starts right wing. Hopefully plays have hold this season. Yep, I definitely think he could. I definitely think, Sessegnon could be one of those picks that goes amazing or bust. I don't think there's like an in between, is there really? It's like 14 points or 1. I think that's probably where you're going to be at. Yep, up to 9k now. We had a really, really good game week, so we're in a decent position. I think 1k is probably a little bit of a stretch. We'd need a lot to go right for us come the next double game week and obviously this free hit week. But yeah, let's wait and see. Yeah, I think a lot of people are going for Diaz because Liverpool could win the league. They're second for projected goals heading into this game week as well. So yeah, I understand the pick and I understand why people are going for Luis Diaz as well. His minutes as well have been actually pretty decent if you take a look. If I bring it up, 90. I know he played this 35 off the bench, but still got 6 points. 85, 90, 86, 78. Like, they've been decent. They've been pretty decent, to be honest. And throughout the course of this season as well, they've been pretty decent. And if you look at his goal involvements, it ain't bad. 18 goal involvements. Playing against the Spurs side, who are absolutely dismal. Yeah, I like it as a pick. I do like it as a pick. Just going to move that. Just moving my deodorant because I couldn't see something on my computer. There we go. Thoughts on backing against a Fulham clean sheet? Very tempted to. I mean, if you fancy it, go for it. I mean, Southampton have got absolutely nothing to play for. New manager bounce, so who knows? Maybe they could. Play Strand and Cliver or Cunha and Semenyo. Cunha and probably Semenyo for me. Oh, Orange Fever, you are done. You are done. I really, really feel bad for the people that don't have a free hit this week. Yeah, it's going to be a brutal one, I think, for you guys. Ooh. Yeah, I do like the second option you've suggested there, mate. I do like that. I just think, though, with Newcastle having the best projected goals for this week from the betting markets, I probably would look to them for the triple attack, I think, probably. Yeah, his minutes are pretty decent across the board, to be honest. And even if he does start the game left side, he could also just go up top. They've done that quite a few games this season as well. And Buemo or Raul? Ooh, I probably would be more tempted with Raul. Yeah, Subotic could be a decent option, but he could. Like, I don't get excited by that pick, really. I think there's better probably midfielders to go for. I would prefer, like, a Luis Diaz, a Newcastle midfielder, probably a Bowen and an Mbeumo over him, just because of what they offer to the side. What are your thoughts on no Cunha and going Strand Larson instead? I don't mind it. Like, Strand Larson has been in good form, hasn't he? 5 goals within his past 5 games. It's decent. Against the Leicester side, I definitely could see him scoring again today. But Cunha's just one of those broken players where if he does play and gets one attack in return, that's probably him gobbling up all the bonus points. And it's just the ownership, really. He's going to be in, like, every man's team, really, to be honest. So I think I'm just playing it safe by just picking him up, to be honest. So you prefer Semenyo and Aitnuri with triple Newcastle attack? I do, yes. Pick one to bench and Mbeumo, Barnes, Raul. Probably Mbeumo out of those lot. Who is the best mid for Newcastle pick or Newcastle free? We'll have a look at the predicted lineups before I kind of make my comment on that one, because some people have told me Murphy's not in them. Would you like Neto over Palmer, bro? Giving me flashbacks to last night. That was funny. That was funny last night. Oh dear. According to stats, Nottingham Forest are top 4 in goals conceded in the last 10 games. Still not backing Mbeumo. I've got Mbeumo literally in my team. But yeah, I did see the Forest XG conceded numbers and they were pretty bad. That was one of the main reasons I wanted to get Brian and Mbeumo within the side, so yeah. Yeah, I just didn't want double Wolves. I think people are probably overvaluing Wolves as a team as well. So I didn't really want to go double Wolves in terms of the defence. But I maybe could be swayed. I don't know. Who's a differential captain? I think a lot of people are going to go for Salah, and you can see that early doors with the poll here as well. 77 have gone for Salah. So I probably would say Isak or Cunha, that don't feel that big differential captains, but they will be because a lot of people are still going to go for Mohamed Salah. So yeah. What do I think about Welbeck? I originally had him in here ahead of Raul, but then obviously the Muniz news swayed me back more towards Raul. This is the thing. I think if you're looking to go outside of Salah, you don't really need to go like too big a differential, in my personal opinion, because Isak and Cunha aren't going to be like wildly big differentials in terms of captaincy as well. What about Palmer? I can't get behind Palmer at the moment. His numbers have just been woeful. Let's bring him up. Let's bring Cole Palmer up. All right, Palmer. So as you can see here, just dismal. 1, 2 attacking returns. 3, 4. Like, it's game week 21 is probably the last time he showed any sort of consistency here. Since then, 1, 2, 3. That's just wild. So since game week 22, there's been 3 attacking returns and not a single goal. And during that time, there's been some good games, yes, where he's had decent data. I remember that Southampton game where he definitely should have got something out of it. The Leicester fixture as well, 1.22 is pretty decent. But since that Arsenal game as well, 0.42, 2.3, 4.3, like the data is not there. I feel the confidence as well is not there. And Chelsea as well as a side, they're not there either. Like, look at some of these recent results, right? A win against Fulham, fair enough, whatever. Draw against Ipswich, a draw against Brentford. Only 1-0 against Spurs. Lost to Arsenal. 1-0 against Leicester, not great. 4-0 against Southampton, but everyone can beat Southampton. A loss to Villa, loss to Brighton. Like, it's just not a good run. The games that they've won, you would expect Chelsea to win anyway. It's just like these results here that are really poor. So I'm not buying into the Cole Palmer hype. I don't think he's going to be a player that I'm going to go and pick up in my personal team anyway. I'm happier with how my team is lining up right now. Would I buy Bowen? Bowen would interest me a lot more than Cole Palmer. Let me bring Bowen's numbers up. But yeah, Bowen would be a lot more of an interesting pick than, of course, him. As you can see, Bowen, this is one of the main reasons I love Bowen. His minutes are just so steady, it is ridiculous. But as you can see, 10, 6, 2, 5, 2, 7, 2, 9. Like the data, it doesn't look as good. I'll grant Bowen that. But what he is doing is just getting returns. And that's sometimes the difference in FPL. Sometimes the data doesn't quite look right. But if a player's just in the right groove, playing decent, I just don't mind Jared Bowen as a pick. I just don't mind him as a pick. 17 goal involvements this season as well. It's just not bad. He is just one of those talismans, to be honest. Yeah. Right, let's have a look what's going off in the chat. Would you rather Barnes or Murphy? We're going to wait and see on what Charlie's predicted lineup is saying on that one. Yeah, I can't see Chelsea scoring more than 2 goals either. So why would I spend 11 million on an asset that I can't really see, a team scoring that many? So yeah, I don't think I'm going to go for that one. Yeah, this is the thing with Forest players, though, is the reason I probably would avoid them, especially if I'm not on a free hit as well, is they play Thursday. They've got an FA Cup game this weekend. Players could pick up a lot of injuries, so I probably would avoid most Forest players, in my personal opinion. Is Trent expected to start? Again, one for the Charlie team news. We'll take a look at that in a little second. Morning, Tom. I haven't got any chips left, and I've only got 9 players for this week. Is it worth doing a -8 to get a full 11? Because I'm definitely going to be on a red arrow this week with no free hit. Depends who you're bringing in for the -8. I think you could probably go 10 and not play with a goalkeeper if you've not got one. Ooh, Bowen or Cliver? Oh, I think I probably prefer Cliver, you know. I think I'd be more likely to play Cliver than I would be Bowen, to be honest. Golden's in the chat. He says just copying your team. Hey, bro, if you want to copy the team, don't worry. If you want to get a good rank this season, mate. I know you're struggling. I know you've had a few red arrows. If you want to come over, copy the team. That's perfectly fine. You reckon anyone will be over 100% effective ownership other than Salah? Probably Isak. Isak, maybe Cunha, potentially. Cliver or Mbuemo, I probably would lean more towards Bry, but I do like both of them. Like I said, he is the other pick that I would potentially look at instead of Mbuemo for me personally. Wildcard bench boost available. Only 5 players playing this week with 1 free transfer. Take the hits. Surely you wildcard this week. Just get a team together for this week. Build it so it's got, you know, future plans as well. That's probably the way I would look at it. Iwobi or Barnes already have Murphy. I would probably go the double Newcastle route if we know Jacob Murphy's going to play. We'll have a look at those predicted lineups, like I said, in a little bit. Now you should copy mine, 6.9k. You are doing well, Jamie. I'll give you that, mate. You are doing very, very well this season. You've come up with some big shouts as well. Right, let's take a look at then Charlie's predicted lineups because it has been a dominant theme today, hasn't it? Where is he? FPL Meerkat. Make sure you go and give Charlie a cheeky little follow. Sorry. Here are the predicted lineups for this week then. So let's start off first with Bournemouth. Evan Nielsen, Cliver, Semenyo, probably going to be the top picks out of here. Brentford, Visser, and Mbuemo, probably the only players that you're going to even consider. Matoma is back in for Brighton. Minter, Welbeck. They're probably the only picks you're going to pick there. Maybe Estepinian. I've seen him in a few drafts. Chelsea, Jackson, Palmer, Sancho, Neto. Cucurella, I've seen is quite popular. Everton, I haven't seen anybody with any Everton players. Fulham, Raul, Iwobi, Sessegnon at right wing. Okay. He has said, though, that there could be some rotation for Sessegnon if you were to potentially go for him. Ipswich, Delap's back in. But other than that, yeah, not looking good. Leicester, Jamie Vardy could be one that absolutely diddle us all out of our clean sheets. Obviously announced that he is leaving Leicester at the end of the season. So yeah, he could potentially go and diddle us all. The Liverpool lineup, it does have Trent Alexander-Arnold in it. It does have Diaz. It does have Jota if you were thinking about a potential punt on him. Salah and Sabitzer as well. United, Bruno Fernandes, who I've seen in a few drafts as well. He's in there. Oh. Can't guarantee which one is going to start. Poor. I've gone with Gordon coming into the side, but it takes that Murphy's way with Barnes shifting onto the right. I cannot guarantee which of Murphy, Barnes or Gordon start. Just a gut feel. Oh, okay. I mean, I was always tempted with Barnes. I was was tempted with Barnes ahead of that one. So that's quite a biggie. No Jacob Murphy in this predicted lineup, but he says he's not 100% guaranteed who's going to start. Wood's in here, Alanga's in here for the ones that are going for Forest, but of course they've got an FA Cup fixture this weekend, so could be a while till we see them play. Nobody's going to have a Southampton player. Doubt anybody's going to have... That's not a Spurs team. What the hell is this? Oh my god. And West Ham... Wan-Bissaka back in. Bowen. Okay. Wolves, Cunha's in. I know a lot of the Wolves fans, and Charlie's pointed out here, a lot of the Wolves fans don't really care for Cunha at the moment, but I think, yeah, I still think Cunha plays. I genuinely do. If they win another game, they're safe for next season. Why would you not play your best player? I know the fans absolutely hate him at the moment, but still, why would you not play your best player? It does seem a bit weird. Right, we've got to replace Jacob Murphy then, I guess, haven't we? Jacob Murphy. I want another Newcastle attacker, right? I do want another Newcastle attacker. But is it Barnes or is it Gordon? I'm leaning more towards Barnes. And this is purely because what he's been doing in recent weeks, which has been an absolute joke, by the way. So yeah, I'm leaning a lot more towards Barnes. So we're going to do that. Boom. He was originally in one of my drafts as well, so it's not like it's just a willy-nilly pick. We've gone for it. I feel confident in that one. Shaw, yeah, there was some doubts around his potential fitness, so I probably would just avoid it, in my personal opinion. Cunha red, please, today. Manager wants to keep his job, Cunha plays. Simple as that. I think with Cunha, they're a much better side, so why would they not have him in? I know he's probably leaving in the summer, but you might as well get every last drop out of Cunha, really. But yeah, there's obviously one of the players that has come out. We've swapped Jacob Murphy. We've brought in, I nearly said Ashley Barnes. I've been doing that all week in the videos. Ashley Barnes. It's not Ashley Barnes, is it? Of course not. As you can hear, my throat is a little bit wobbly today. So if I do stop a little bit more and obviously pause a little bit, it is just to give my throat a little bit of time to kind of recover. Why Mbeumo? Forest have been pretty poor defensively at the moment. One of the worst sides for XG conceded. And Brian's just one of those players that plays 90 minutes. Yeah. I think people are still viewing Forest as one of the best defences in the league. It's just not the case at the moment. So, yeah. By the way, guys, if you do enjoy today's stream, make sure you are liking, subscribing, all that good stuff. It is massively appreciated by me. If we could get the stream to 50 likes as soon as possible, that would be great to see. We're currently on 34, so, you know, there's nearly 200 of you sat in this stream. So, yeah, I think, you know, get those likes in. Come on, do us a favour. Thoughts on Subbitslide, Tom? He's in the predicted lineup, but I just can't get behind the pick, really. Yeah, I just can't get behind that pick. Is Gordon starting? Yes, he was in the predicted lineup from Charlie. Thoughts on Wood over Raul? Forest playing for Champions League and good matchup as well. The problem I would have with Wood is, I said this in yesterday's preview stream, they have a fixture at the weekend, the FA Cup fixture, and you never know what could happen in that game. Chris could come away with a knock. He could come away with, obviously, extra time and penalties. I couldn't think for a second there. Extra time and penalties as well within that game. And if that happens, he's playing an extra additional 30 minutes plus the penalties and then has a game on Thursday. I know it's a big game for Forest Champions League quality, but still, I just don't think I'd go near any Forest players with them playing this weekend for me, in my personal opinion. I'm going Visser. I mean, yeah, I love Visser as well. The reason I've gone with Brian is purely penalties as well. Like, if you look at the team there, we've got Brian a penalty taker, Salah a penalty taker, Isak, Cunha, Raul penalty takers. I mean, we just need to go and chuck Bruno Fernandes in there and we're really cooking, aren't we, for penalty takers? And Clivert. We've really completed the pen taker free hit, haven't we? Oh, dear, dear, dear. Hey, mate, thoughts on Iwobi versus Raul? Also, when are you doing team reviews? Team reviews will probably be done about 8:30, so get those sent in to me, mate. And in terms of Iwobi or Raul, I think with no Muniz, it probably makes Raul the better option, in my personal opinion. Thoughts on either Trent or Sessegnon? Both are a big gamble, both are a big risk, but both are massive upside picks, so I like them. I do like them, but be prepared to potentially get your heart broken, is all I'm going to say on that one. Barnes was benched when Gordon started. I think Murphy starts. This is it. I think genuinely, like, who plays, like, people don't really know, do they? They really don't. Bench Clivert or Mbeumo? Ooh, I think it's genuinely a 50-50 split. If you don't fancy a game on Thursday, pick Clivert. My differentials are Iwobi and Welbeck. Nice differentials. Overrated, says Jamie about the pen takers. Nah, I love a penalty taker, Jamie. It's just a broken thing to abuse in the game. Tran Larson over Cunha, thoughts? I mean, Tran Larson is in good form. He is in good form. There's no getting around that. But for me personally, I can't see past Cunha if he starts. He's just one of those players that if he scores, he's guaranteed to get free bonus. He's a BPS magnet. Yeah, I just can't see past it. By the way, guys, if you're enjoying today's stream, we are approaching 50 likes. We're currently sat on 47, so it'd be great if we could hit 50. Just for me and my my tickly throat today. Would be very, very appreciated. Obviously, off to a game later with the second channel as well. So keep your eyes peeled for that one. We'll be heading to a big one today with a potential title on the line. Didn't think we'd say that, but yeah. Yeah, literally, like, pen takers are broken in my opinion. They just are. Some of the best scoring players within FPL have all been pen takers. Some of the highest scorers in the league are pen takers. So yeah. Play 2 and Mbeumo Cliver or Wood and Mbeumo and Cliver for me. No Palmer, nope. Would you go for the Strand Larson Cunha double up? I mean, it's not a bad shout, is it? It genuinely isn't a bad shout because Leicester are terrible. It's not. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Would you say Gordon is the most risky to go for out of the three? Probably yes. Probably yes. Barnes, Gordon, Murphy will all share minutes. Agreed. Double up against Leicester is very nice, to be fair. Yeah. Sam makes a great point. We'll have to do a little bit more digging on this one. But he says, Strand Larson hasn't scored when Cunha was on the field since game week 13. Interesting. Okay. Is loading up on Wolves and Fulham risky? Would be surprised if either of both games were a score draw. I don't think both will be a score draw. But obviously we saw what Southampton can do. They absolutely killed people on the bench boost with West Ham players last week. So do be worried that Southampton at any point could score. Same with Leicester as well. Jamie Vardy's announced that he's going to be leaving the club. Would not surprise me to see him score today. It genuinely would not surprise me to see him go and score today. Yeah, I can't remember if he was in the predicted lineup or not, but maybe just have a quick check of that. Check what Charlie's saying. Check on the predicted lineup. If he's not in it, then yeah, maybe make that move for a hit. Over 50 likes now, by the way, in the stream, guys. Massively appreciate you guys. Legends as always. Thank you very much. Do keep those likes coming in. Let's see if we can push it on to 100. That'd be absolutely incredible. But make sure you are, of course, liking today's stream. Hitting that subscribe button if you are new around here as well. It is massively appreciated. And as you can see, we're having a pretty decent season. Up to 9k now. Hopefully we can continue to push on this week. It would be very, very decent if that was the case. Punt on Iwobi. I don't mind Iwobi. I don't mind Iwobi. His numbers are pretty decent. His past few game weeks as well have been good. Top 5 midfielders for this game week. Salah number 1. 2. Maybe a Newcastle midfielder, depending which way you want to go for it. 3, I probably would say Diaz. 4, I think you've probably got then a plethora of players that could fit into 4 or 5. And Mbeumo, Cliver, Bowen, Alanga potentially, Palmer. Like, there's so many that could fit into that 4 or 5 slot, to be honest. Yeah, the free hit can be a little bit of a poison chalice, can't it, really? You've got that unlimited transfers. You think, maybe I do just take a punt on him, or maybe I do just have a little bit of a gamble on one player or another. It is, yeah, it is dicey. It is dicey. Why no Palmer in your draft? I'm undecided. We had a look at his numbers. They're just pish. Since game week 22, I think maybe only 2 attacking returns. And both of those assists, just, yeah. Not for me. Not for me. Not for me personally. Yeah, this is the thing. I think whoever sits on the bench for Gordon is hard done by because both Murphy and Barnes are in very good form at the moment. But I think with the loss, Eddie Howe does shake the pack a little bit. But who that player is going to be, I don't genuinely know. Will it be Barnes sitting out? Will it be Jacob Murphy sitting out? I really, really don't know. What would you say about both Barnes and Murphy? I think with both of them being doubts, I don't think I would go for the double up on it. I think if they were definitely confirmed, locked in, gonna play, I'd be tempted because they are top for the betting markets this week. To answer your question there, Ben, I hope you're doing well as well, mate. Is Barnes a risk? Definitely. Both him and Jacob Murphy could easily be dropped for Gordon, but at the same time, his form's been absolutely banging. Why would you drop a player who's been in decent form in the past few weeks? 6 returns in 6 games. I don't think Howe can drop him really, can he? Yeah. Why not just stop Bowen? It is purely down to the fact that it is just a great fixture. It genuinely is just an unbelievable fixture. That is why I want to go for it. So that's the reasons. Thank you very much for the donation, man. Appreciate that one. He says 4-3-3. It's a bit slow. Salah, Diaz, and Buemo, Cunha, Isaac, Welbeck, Livramento, 8 Nuri, Sessegnon, and Poe. Who's Poe? Pope, I'm guessing. I'm guessing that's Pope. That would be my guess. Triple Liverpool. Could be spicy, could end in disaster. I probably would just go with the double for me personally. The rest of the team, though, I like it. It's a good team. It's a very, very good team. Yeah, I mean, it is a good point. If Barnes does go to the right, does that make him a worse option? Potentially. I probably would go then Trippier and Livramento if you're looking at the double defence for Newcastle. That might be the play to go for. Saves the headache of obviously picking all these midfielders and trying to decide who's going to play. But yeah, that's probably the way I'd go with that one. What are my thoughts on getting Matoma? I don't mind Matoma. I think with Wan-Bissaka, if he is back though, I think that makes Matoma a worse option in my personal opinion. Ipswich without Davis, they could be cooking. I'm on a wild card, cannot decide on keepers and a striker. Nice. Okay, thank you very much for the donation. Let's go and have a look at the fixtures then. Goalkeepers. Right. Who plays this week and has decent fixtures? Trying to think who doubles as well in 36. I mean, Pickford might not be a bad shout for the goalkeeper. Chelsea, Ipswich, Fulham, Southampton, Newcastle. It's not a bad run. Who else have we got? I mean, Areola's not a bad shout either. Brighton, Tottenham, United, Newcastle. The problem is a lot of the teams that double in 36, like I would be looking to invest in like City quite heavily because it's good fixtures, chasing top 4 football, and of course potential for a double game week. Bournemouth could be a shout as well. Good fixtures, potential double in 36. Don't mind that. That could be one. Forward, I probably would say Visser on a wild card. Forest, United, Ipswich, potential of a double in 36. That to me screams good investment for me personally. Thank you very much for the donation as well. Appreciate that, bro. Do appreciate that. Fair. If you don't like my team, then you don't like my team. That's just the way it goes, I guess. I can't force people to like my team, unfortunately. Which teams are doubling in 36? It's still undecided, but I believe the top teams are Villa, City have the top percentage, Bournemouth have a percentage, Forest have a percentage, Brentford having a percentage as well. Yeah, they're probably going to be the ones. So yeah, it's all dependent on the free hit really. On the FA Cup, sorry. Yeah, the dog fixtures are. It took me a while to realise what they were, but we're finally there, I guess. Team is Pope, Trippier, Eight Nuri, Trent, Clive, Palmer, Diaz, Salah, Cunha. It's a good team. It just is a good free hit team. I genuinely can't see past it. I understand why you've gone for the double Newcastle defence. Saves the headache of the midfield options. It does genuinely save that headache of just trying to decipher which midfielder to go for. It really does. Delap is back though, so I think he could have an influence on the game. But I think, if I remember rightly, Ipswich is just terrible at the moment. Yeah, I 100% agree with you. Just don't trust that Newcastle rotation. It does save you the headache, so I get why you want to do it. Who would you bench, Cucurella or Livramento? Already have Trippier. Ooh, maybe spread your chances out. Maybe go Cucurella. Is it worth going differential Totti over 8 Nuri? Not really. Not in my personal opinion. I think that's just trying to be too differential. Is triple Newcastle a must? I'd say yeah. So yeah, with the data that they've got heading into this week, I probably would be looking at triple Newcastle. Yes, in my personal opinion. Cliver is one of those picks that does interest me a lot. They've got a really, really good record against United. They're actually unbeaten in their past 3 performances against Manchester United. But yeah, it is one of those. Yeah, again, I feel like one of the Newcastle midfielders could, of course, go and absolutely smash it out the park with Ipswich as well. Top for projected goals this week. That's why I'm taking the gamble. I just think if we get if Barnes plays and goes for it, 100% I'd be all over it. I've gone Evan-Nilsson over Raul. I'm going to regret it. Not necessarily. Evan-Nilsson's in good form. Good form. I don't mind Evan-Nilsson as a pick. Would you advise staying away from knots on a free hit? Thoughts on going sells? Yeah. I think personally for me, just with the FA Cup this weekend, probably would just avoid them like the plague. Thoughts on Cliver? I don't mind Cliver. Like I said, penalty taker. Good record against United. Have Bournemouth as well in recent seasons, so why not? Would you buy Sessegnon instead of Livramento? No. Lawson over Raul, thoughts? Yeah, don't mind it. If you're going for that double up, I do just think, if Fulham are going to score, it's probably going to be either a Iwobi or Raul, in my personal opinion. Watch Harry Wilson just pop up with a random goal. I'm thinking double Newcastle defence, Trips and Liver. That gives you a slice of their attacking potential whilst advantage of their likely clean sheet. I get it. I do just think, though, having one of those midfielders that could go big could be a big one, to be honest. Tom, as you're such a nice guy and a top guy, and I have to start getting ready for the away day at 8 a.m, what are the chances of you doing team reviews at 8? You know what, mate? Because you've been so polite, I reckon we can do it. Where are you going for your away game? If you tell me where you're going for your away game, I'll do them at 8 o'clock, alright? Watch a Dharma haul. Yeah, it's definitely going to be someone weird. There are going to be weird picks that will definitely haul. I can't guarantee Gordon starts. I can't guarantee Barnes starts. I can't guarantee Murphy starts at the moment. So yeah, that's how I'd look at that one. I mean, if you've got a feeling that Southampton could score, maybe just don't go for it then. But going that double defence, it could work wonders. It could be an absolute disaster class. If you've got that risk tolerance and maybe fancy the gamble and get yourself into that top 1k, why not? Oh, Salford. Who are they playing today? Watch Joel Linton to one to get a haul. Yeah, he very easily could, couldn't he? Let's have a look. Who've they got today? Oh, so I'm guessing you're a Colchester fan and you're going to Salford, right? Big game for Colchester. Big game for Salford as well. Oh my days, I've just seen. That is pretty big. That is a pretty big game in terms of playoffs as well. Ooh. If you are a Colchester fan, I do apologise about your stadium. I went 2 seasons ago. It is terrible. It is genuinely terrible. It's not a great ground. Apologies. But because you're such a great guy, we'll do the team reviews at 8. There you go. How about that? How about that? Palmer, Salah and Buemo, Clivert, Bowen with no free hit. That is an impressive midfield for a no free hit team. I'll give you that. Make sure to keep the lights coming in, guys. We're only 25 away from 100, and we've got 200 people sat currently in the stream. So if you haven't already, make sure you are liking the stream. It does push it out to more people, and it's massively appreciated by myself. I get Palmer scored 4 against them last season. I do get that, but his recent form, it's just not there. It's just not there. Who do I support? I support Mansfield Town. That is my team. Yeah, we're not looking great, to be honest. We need Bristol Rovers to lose this weekend, and we're fine for next week. In the middle of the motorway as well. Oh, mate, that stinks. That does stink. Right, let's do some team reviews. If you want to send me a team on Twitter, make sure you are coming over to this post right here and leaving it under my most recent tweet. Right, let's go to the bottom. Oh, Adam has said, don't know if I'm going to Maverick. Go hard or go home. He's gone double Newcastle attack in midfield, double Wolves clean sheet, Kepa in goal as well, which is an interesting one. I probably maybe would. Oh yeah, you've already got Sessegnon covering there as well. It's an interesting one, but it's. I would say this is a very high risk, high reward chat, to be honest. I think it could backfire massively if Wolves concede early, or one of these doesn't play. But at the same time, these two could pop off. If they keep a clean sheet, you are laughing. Free hit, what a shock. Feel you need Palmer just in case lots of people have him. Also feel you have to play it safe and just have lots of popular picks this week. Not necessarily. I think, having the popular picks makes sense. But I do think a few differentials sprinkled in is going to be where you make up some rank. And going against some big-owned players that I don't think are going to do well, the likes of Cole Palmer, I think could be one of the ways that you do game rank this week. What else do I do? I mean, nothing. I genuinely think that's a really good team. Maybe no double Fulham defence, but other than that, yeah, why not? My 70th version of my team this week. Sanchez, Alisson, Cucurella, Trippier, Trent. Get rid of Shaw with him being a little bit of a doubt for the game. And Buemo, Palmer, Kluivert, Semenyo. Double Bournemouth mid. Probably not. He's at Welbeck, Raul. No Cunha could be a disaster there. No Wolves attacker in general could be a little bit of a disaster there, to be honest. That's kind of how I sit on that one. We've had some more sent in. Keep them coming in. We'll do some more in a little bit as well. Leno, Cucurella, Livramento, Kluivert, Jacob Murphy, Diaz. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of teams, a lot of the same teams, but this is the thing. Like, we were getting called out for going a bit template yesterday. But at the same time, yeah, it's template for a reason because they're just good teams. They're good-looking teams. General thoughts, I'm on a free hit. It's pretty decent. The only player I probably would avoid would be Chris Wood. Forest play on Thursday, not at the weekend. They've got an FA Cup fixture today or tomorrow. You never know what could happen to Wood in that fixture. The game could go extra time and penalties. Just not worth the headache or the risk for me, in my personal opinion. Andy, one of our channel members and moderators, he said, help, what order do I do? Ooh. 4-back's a big... Ooh. 4-back is a big, tasty one, to be honest. I like the team, though. I genuinely like the team. I think it's pretty good, and I think you've got the bench order right. Wood, like I said, is probably the only option I just wouldn't consider. Another good team. Like, this is the thing. I feel like it's hard to build a bad team this week. That's another really, really good team. Thank you for sending that in, Louise. Appreciate it, bro. Right, what's kicking off in the chat since I last took a look? I think I skipped yours. Oh, apologies, Ed. Did I actually? Whoops. We'll take a look at Dave's that's just been sent in. No, I've done them all. I've done all these. No other ones have been sent in. No other ones have been sent in. Haven't seen any. What do you think? Sanchez, 8, Nuri, Livramento, Trent, Barnes. It's a good team again. Yep. No problems with it. Good free hit team. Might not be the final. Double Wolves attack. It's risky. It is risky. It is risky, but you know what? It could be a very, very saucy team if it does come off. But I do like it. I do like it. Whew. What do you think? Balls without... I would know. I think Isak's got to be in there. Isak and Salah are like the absolute musts for this game week for me, in my personal opinion. So yeah, having Isak could be rank suicide. For me personally, anyway. That's how I sit on that one. We'll do some more team reviews in a little bit. If you want to send them over, we'll take a look. Brian, thank you very much for the donation, mate. He says, is Rashford eligible to play against United in game week 38? Oh, good question. I'm going to give that a quick Google. We'll give that a quick Google because I actually don't know the answer to that one. My assumption would be no. I believe there's a rule in the Premier League where you can't play against your former club, right? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no, yeah. I think it's no. Yeah, I think there is a domestic rule where you can't play against them. I think it's only Champions League where that differs. Thank you for everybody in the chat for piping in as well. Appreciate that. Obviously, the Holy Coin is here as well if you do want to have a little cheeky gamble on the coin. If you've got any split decisions, he is up here. Yep, thank you for putting the Discord on there as well, Jamie. If I do miss any of your teams, or you don't get a chance to obviously send them in the Discord, we'll obviously take a look. Thoughts on triple Newcastle attack? I think with us not being able to pick for certain the attackers, I probably would be a little bit less keen on it. Is Isak, Gordon, Barnes triple up too risky? Yeah, I think so. I think so. Coin flip for Welbeck versus Raul. Yeah, we can definitely do that. Raul is going to be heads. Welbeck is going to be tails, alright? And it's tails. Danny Welbeck, there you go. What three strikers would you have if you were on a wild card this week? Isak, Wood, Marmoush. I think Visser could also throw himself in as a kind of punt as well. I'm stuck what to do. Welbeck, Raul, and Isak, or Cunha, Raul, Isak. I prefer the bottom option, to be honest, as you can see. Same as my team, so I kind of have to decide with that one, don't I? Let the coin decide between the Newcastle midfielders. Yeah, I mean, we can ask it if you want. Both Isak and Salah are both they are a little bit off form, but they're both world-class players, so they can very easily slot back into it. Cap Isak over Salah. I think if I was chasing rank, definitely would consider it. Hi, I just tuned in. The Holy Coin did okay for Rashford last week. Now a spin for Murphy or Barnes. I'm 37k. First in my league, but I have a few guys chasing. Well, you know what, Nick? Let's have a go for it, right? Heads is going to be Barnes. Tails is going to be Jacob Murphy, okay? And it's landed on heads. I didn't actually catch that one. It has landed on heads, who was Harvey Barnes. So there you go. Would you pick Bruno Guimaraes? No. I only worried about Cunha's minutes though if he doesn't start. Yeah, I get that, but I just can't see a reason why they like. I know they don't want to like the fans don't like him at the moment, but I really can't see a world where he doesn't play. To be honest, I just can't. I just genuinely can't see a world where he doesn't play. If you're enjoying the stream, guys, make sure you are liking, subscribing. We are ridiculously close to 100 likes. We only need 13 people to hit that like button, and there's over 200 of you in the stream right now. So if you are enjoying the content that you see on the channel, you want some more coin action, make sure you are spamming that like button. Massively appreciated, as always. Coin flip for Pickford or Leno. All right. Heads is going to be Pickford. Tails is going to be Leno, okay? Whoop. Heads. There you go, it's heads, which I believe was Pickford, right? Pope and Cucurella or Sanchez and Trippier? Ooh, Pope and Cucurella, I think. Cunha and Murphy captain. I'm obviously chasing. All right, okay. Heads is going to be Cunha. Tails is going to be Murphy, all right? Oh, I didn't even flip that. Heads. There you go. Barnes it is. There we go. Do I start Diaz over Murphy or Barnes? No. Visser, I haven't... Visser is the one. I genuinely think if I was on a wild card this week, Visser probably would be the player pick that I would be most tempted by. He's definitely a player I would like to get back in the team. Isak captain, I probably would only go for if I'm chasing rank, in my personal opinion. I think otherwise I probably would just go with Mohamed Salah. If I'm in a decent rank position, probably would just go with Mohamed Salah, to be honest. Looking at the poll as well, 69% of you have gone for Salah cap. Murphy and Barnes, a big toss that is, yeah. Nicholas Jackson, wouldn't go near him. There are better strikers to go for this week. Send my team in when you have a look. Yeah, of course we have a look for you, gorgeous. Looks like we've had a few more sent in. Don't know which Newcastle mid starting, so going double defence. Fair enough. I've seen quite a few people obviously looking at that route as well. But the rest of the team looks decent. Yep. Again, another one with the Wolves double up in attack. I get it. But I do think maybe you are missing out. There are plenty of really good strikers to go for this week. Jake says, come on, the Gordon/Diaz. Obviously, still got Pedro Neto in there that caused World War III in the chat last night. But the rest of the team, it looks good. It does look good. I like it. I rate it. All right, I rate it. You do you, mate. Hopefully it works out for you. You work it out. By the way, we're currently sat on 98 likes. If you do enjoy the stream, make sure you are you're hitting it. Boom, 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 boom. I have a feeling Everton keep a clean sheet. This is the thing. I genuinely could see Everton getting something out of that game. It's such a weird thing, isn't it? Oh, did you say coin me up? Sorry, lad. What was your conundrum? I'll take a look at that one in a second. Coin me up, Gordon or Diaz. Okay, all right. New draft, Isak in, Strong loss now. Okay, yeah, I like that. I do like that. Right, coin him up. All right. Heads is going to be Diaz. Tails is going to be Gordon, okay? Tails, which I believe was Anthony Gordon. There you go, mate. There you go. Watch Chelsea. It very easily could happen. I just have a bad feeling. Early kickoff. Yeah, I'm not going to go near it, for me, in my personal opinion. I mean, yeah, I get the point. I get the point around Jose Sarr. I just don't fancy the double up. I really, really don't fancy the double up, in my opinion. Coin flip, Visser or Wood. Yep, we can definitely do that for you. Thank you for getting the stream over 100 likes as well. Massively appreciated, as always, on the channel when we do hit that goal. Visser is going to be heads. Tails is going to be Wood, alright? And it's tails. It's land on Chris Wood. But not my pick. Not my pick, but the coin. The coin is suggested. Palmer or Clivert. Probably prefer Clivert. Gonna captain Salah for one last time. I mean, there's definitely going to be other times where we're going to captain Salah. Let's be real, it's Salah. Which Newcastle mid do you think gets the best minutes and why? I do think Barnes does get decent minutes. His form has been absolutely ridiculous in recent weeks. 6 in 6 for him, as you can see here. Return. Is that even 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it is. So it's just decent. I know prior here, like, bit dicey. But since then, he's just been decent. He's been really, really good form. I think he's going to be the one for me personally. It landed on your wood. Oh dear. Yeah, Barnes' minutes have been very, very good in recent weeks. They've been pretty decent. They've been very, very decent. Thank you for what was I going to say? What was I thanking you guys for? Something. Anyway, we're thanking you for something, and massively appreciated support as always on the channel. There we go. Obviously, if you are new to the channel as well, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. Appreciated as always. The likes are always appreciated. You guys absolutely smash it at the moment. There won't be any singing on today's stream. Don't you worry. There will be no singing on today's stream. My voice definitely not in a condition to sing. Pope or Kepa to start? I probably would go Pope. We haven't actually done the clean sheet and the betting data yet. So let's go on to that. Hopefully it doesn't crash the stream. Nah, it's fixed it. There we go. So this is the projected goals and clean sheet odds from Rob T FPL. Of course, make sure to go and check out his amazing stuff over on his Twitter. But as you can see, top 4 projected goals for this week is going to be Newcastle United. That's why, personally, for me, I do fancy going for that double, well, at least gambling on one midfielder. I get the double attack route. I get the double defence route as well, with them being top for clean sheets as well. I just think you've got to have triple Newcastle on this free hit for me personally. Liverpool second for projected goals, decent clean sheet numbers as well, joint second with Wolves and Chelsea. So pretty decent numbers across the board. So Diaz is obviously in there for that reason for me. That's why Salah's also going to be the top for captaincy for this week as well. We've obviously taken that gamble on Trent. With this betting data as well. The one that do worry me in terms of my team, of course, is going to be Brentford with that low XG, and of course Fulham with only a 34% chance of a clean sheet. It does worry me a little bit, and the more and more I do think about it, the more and more I do potentially want to switch, but I don't know where I'm going to switch to is the next question. Do I go for Sarr? Do I go for Sanchez? Or do I go Alisson? I genuinely don't know. That's where my head is at right now. That is where my head is at right now, looking at that data. Yeah. Is having Trent, Sessegnon, Kepa and triple Newcastle attack too risky? Probably a little bit on my risk tolerance level, a little bit. But if you're confident in it, Michael, back it. Back it, bro. Coin flip, please. Double Newcastle attack or double Newcastle defence. All right. Heads is going to be double Newcastle attack. Tails is going to be double Newcastle defence. Okay? It's tails. There you go. It's tails. Do you think you can go Strand Larson instead of Cunha? Not with the ownership. I don't think I probably would. Opinions on Matoma. Got Jimenez, Cunha and Isak up top with no room for Welbeck. I'm not 100. I think there's better midfielders than Matoma. Should I go Alisson over Leno? I'm starting to think that as well. Yeah, I'm starting to think, do I just ditch it? Do I just ditch Leno? Oh, nice one, Ben. Identical team, but Palmer. Why? Explain to me why Palmer, though. I know, like, yeah. Palmer is shot on target super boost. Reason not to put him in. That Bet365 super boost thing is cursed. It is genuinely cursed. But yeah, it's one of those. Odds of a goal / assist is so low as well. Oh, okay. Lewis and Salah double up. You rate? Yeah, I rate. I've got that. I've got that. Coin flip it, Leno or Allison. I mean, yeah, we've kind of got to, haven't we, really? Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, Leno is going to be tails. Allison's going to be heads, okay? It's landed heads. It's landed heads. Which was Leno, right? I think it was Leno. Palmer or Mbuemo. As you can see, I've gone with Mbuemo, but I get the reason people are going for Palmer. He is obviously a player that we know can do the goods, can do the business, but recent performances for me have just put me off. When is the best time to TC and who? Considering he's at this week, can't see much better option for the rest of the season. We're going to get a double in 36, so probably going for that. No, I think I'd still start Trent. I do think... Oh, no, I'd have to drop Trent, wouldn't I? I would have to drop Trent. I then could put Sessegnon in, but I feel we're probably in the same position, really, aren't we? Yeah. I think I prefer Trent. I do think I prefer Trent if I was going Alisson. Yeah, I didn't realise I had 3 Liverpool. I completely forgot about I had Liverpool. Alisson was heads, was he? Well, there he is. Alisson is currently heads. But I still don't think I'm going to go for it. I prefer Trent, Diaz and Salah, all of it. Yeah, I think that's probably the better play, to be honest. Hey, don't you knock my maths. My maths was good last night. It was great. I've got one coin toss, Raul or Lawson. All right, heads is going to be Raul, tails is going to be Lawson. Now, the thing is, I'm really loving the new camera, right? We got the Razer HD Pro, whatever it's called, right? Really good camera, brings out this lovely face in 4K, but it doesn't focus on the coin. It can't get there, and I can't remember which options I gave now. Right, heads is going to be Raul, tails is going to be Lawson, all right? It's heads. It's Raul. There you go. There you go. But yeah. The new camera is great, but it just literally cannot focus on the coin. It doesn't like the coin for whatever reason. If I knew Barnes was going to start, I would captain him. I mean, that seems a bit rogue. That does seem a little bit rogue, in my opinion. Do keep your questions coming in, guys. Any that you do have. Does the coin have real magic powers? It is the holy coin for a reason, mate. So yes, it does have powers. If I only have one free transfer, but I have a wild card, what shall I do? Do I take out the blanks? Depends how many players you've got playing, doesn't it, really? Coin toss, Sessegnon or Robinson. Yeah, we can do that. Heads is going to be Sessegnon. Tails is going to be Robinson. All right? Oh my god, it's absolutely gone flying. Let me have a look what that's gone for. Tails. There you go. Tails. The coin went absolutely flying then. Barnes or Murphy. As you can see, I've gone for Barnes, but I do feel if you've got a gut feel towards Murphy, then go for it. Who are the best TC options in 36? Depends who gets the doubles. But if City get them, Marmouche, KDB. If Villa get them, maybe Rodgers, Watkins, Rashford. I don't know. It depends who doubles in that week, really. Play Trent ahead of Sessegnon. If I have Leno, yep, that's what I've gone for. If I knew Barnes would start, yeah, I read that one. I read that one out. Silly me. Silly me. Do keep your questions coming in, guys. Any that you do have ahead of the deadline, do let me know. Obviously, we won't be streaming all the way up until the deadline. We let the big boys do their thing after a little while. But we're still here for now. Oh, thank you very much for the donation, man. Appreciate that. You say, why Liver over Trippier? Purely for set pieces. I think someone pointed out earlier in the chat, Livramento has actually got the better probably underlying data, but it's just one of those where I can own Trippier, where I don't think I usually would. So I'm just taking a little bit of a punt on him. Like I said, set pieces, free kicks, you never know what could happen. Newcastle have been scoring a lot of free kicks recently as well, and corners. Obviously, if Fabian Schär is available as well, you imagine he's getting his big fat noggin on it. But yeah, it seems like they've been scoring quite a few over the recent weeks. So that is the reason that I've gone for Trippier. Pickford might have the main issue of the centre-back out. Yep. That could be a big thing that leads, obviously, people going towards Palmer. Will you buy a Magic 8 ball for the next live stream? I definitely feel like we could get one of those going as well. Like a Magic 8 ball, the lucky coin, everything. Thoughts on Welbeck? Yeah, I don't mind Welbeck as a pick. What happened with the Soggy Biscuit Super League? Did they make you change the name? No, it just got changed. I didn't even get an email. I literally just saw it, and it just said, oh yeah, it's no longer called the Soggy Biscuit Super League. Like, it's not even like a bad name, is it really? It's like, I've definitely seen worse league names and worse team names that have been like banned. But yeah, no more Soggy Biscuit Super League, I'm afraid. So we're going to have to come up with a new name for next season. I probably, if you've got that wild card in the back pocket, I reckon you just play that wild card, won't you, mate? Hey Tom, is there any way you can review my Game Week 34 team? Yes, if you send me a team over on Twitter, we can get it done. Thoughts on Bowen Cap? Not for me personally. Not for me personally. Exactly. What is wrong with leaving a biscuit in too long? There are no other connotations or games around a biscuit and being soggy. There just ain't. There just isn't any sort of other connotations. Nope. Definitely not. Definitely not. Oh, dear, dear, dear. Definitely not any other connotations around that. No, no, no. Oh, dear. What are we going to do, eh? What are we going to do? The admin must have had a personal trauma related to a soggy biscuit incident, bro. Imagine that. Imagine that. The admin's just like, oh, gotta get rid of this name. I want to know how they found it. I really do. Hey, mate, just out of interest, do more people watch your streams the better you're doing in the game, or do you just think it's entertaining? People watch it. I think it's a mix of both, isn't it, really? I think you've got to have a good rank, because that's sort of like confirmation bias, isn't it, really? Like, if you see me doing well, you're probably going to trust what I say a little bit more, right? So that'll help. But at the same time, I am live for like 2 hours. If you're sat here for 2 hours, I can't just be going, I'm probably going for Trippier. Yeah, he seems quite good this week. But I have to have some sort of energy and some sort of kind of charisma and stuff like that to keep you here, to keep you entertained. So it's a mix of both, isn't it, really? I do think, you have to have the good rank to back up what you're saying, and people will buy into that. Like I said, a bit of confirmation bias. But at the same time, I need to be entertaining, or at least entertaining / informative at the same time, to keep people coming back. Because you want to come back, right? I get it. Which team do I support? I support Mansfield Town. They're my team. They play today. Hopefully, We don't actually play today. We play tomorrow. Hopefully, fingers crossed, Bristol Rovers lose today. We stay in League One. That would be the absolute dream. There we go. Yeah, Sanchez probably would be the other goalkeeper I would look at, maybe. I wouldn't say soggy biscuits and charisma go hand in hand. Yeah, probably not. Probably not. You've got it there. All the green fixture difficulties, I bet none will have a clean sheet. Right, yeah, probably that's the way it's going to go, isn't it? Not playing the free hit. Do I take 8 Nuri or Nico Williams? I would prefer to have 8 Nuri. You don't know what's going to happen over the weekend with the Forest fixture. You could be left with a player that doesn't even start. Do you think Cunha starts? Yeah, I think he starts. I do think he starts. I know, obviously, there's a big falling out with Wolves fans at the moment, but yeah, I still believe he starts. Yeah, he still starts for me. Do keep your questions coming in, guys. Any that you do have ahead of the deadline. Share my Game Week 34 team on your Twitter. Your insights would be greatly appreciated. Yeah, this is probably going to be the team I'm going to roll into the Game Week with. Obviously, I'll post a little bit later on Twitter with my team. But yeah, this is probably going to be what we're going to rock with. 71 version. Sanchez, 8 Nuri, Trippier, Trent, Barnes, Palmer, and Buemo, Salah, Isak, Cunha, Raul. Yeah, it's just a good team. It is a good team. No qualms with that one. 2 drafts. I like the Jota more than the Diaz. If he starts, what do you think? I prefer the Diaz one. I think his minutes are a lot more secure than Jota, but each their own. If you've got a thought, go for it. Game Week 34, your thoughts, Senior. I don't think I would have Kirkez. Don't think I would have Mikalenkovic. I don't think you're on a free. You know, you've already played your free hit. Okay. You've put together an alright team then to say this is no free hit. Fair play. Yeah. You're somehow going to probably come away with an alright rank out of this with no free hit. So fair play to you, Brian. Watch the stream thinking Eze and Munoz to Mbuemo and Robinson and play with 10. Don't mind that. Yeah, that works for me. Thoughts on this? Tempted to bring in Sessegnon for Robinson and start him over Trent or keep the same? I mean, if you're going to bring in Sessegnon, I probably wouldn't go double Fulham defence in my personal opinion. Yeah, that's probably the way I'd go on that one. I've gone for the beast that's Sanchez in goal. Oh, that guy honks of a mistake, doesn't he? He honks of a mistake somewhere. Being a good head makes people stay. Sorry? Being a good head. That sounds a bit sus. A little bit sus, Andy, there, mate. Won't Isak be a better captain shout than Salah? Is out of form. I mean, I think it's just because of what Liverpool could win this week, right? Because how bad Spurs are all season defensively. That's why. If you look at the last game as well, the 6-3, hat-trick for Salah. Come on. Which teams have doubles in 36? Not yet confirmed. It's all dependent on FA Cup and stuff like that. Iwobi or Raul? Raul for me. Chance of Sessegnon starts but locks the clean sheet when subbed after 60 minutes as Wilson will be ruled. Yeah. I mean, I've seen a few early substitutions though for Sessegnon, so could work the other way as well. I'm telling you right now, Dan Burns scores today. Fair enough. Yeah, there is a lot of prep that goes on prior to me going live. I'll happily admit that, but it is what it is. I think we're in a very fortunate position now where a lot of it kind of is pretty straightforward for me. I've got the processes in place, so yeah. Do keep liking the stream today, guys. Obviously, we've got close to 300 people in here. If we could get to 150 likes, that would be great. That would genuinely be great. So, yeah, do keep those likes coming in. Do I take a -4 to avoid Harwood Bellis coming off my bench? Probably yes. Captain coin toss, Cunha or Diaz? All right, we'll go for it. Heads is going to be Cunha. Tails is going to be Diaz, all right? Oh, I've dropped it again. And it's landed on heads, by the way. There you go. Heads. I just can't guarantee that Gordon starts. That's the only problem with that one, isn't it? I can't really guarantee Barnes starts, to be honest. But yeah, I really, really don't know how to call this Newcastle mid situation. But yeah. Will Cunha get a red? Probably no Cunha. Hello from Australia. Hello, mate. Hope you're doing good. Alanga or Murphy? Murphy for me. I'm a Wobie or Bruno as first sub. It's an important pick because I'm starting Wood. I probably would maybe gamble on a Wobie then. Why do you think Trent starts? Just some of the comments from Slot. He is their best player. Why would he not? Morning, Tom. Just up. Which players are the tougher decisions? Trent and Buemo Barnes are probably my tough decisions, and Leno as well. Am I playing any chip? Yeah, I've got the free hit active for this week. This is the free hit chip, and it's active. Did I bring in Nuno? If he Brentford or next week will leave West Ham? What? Write that question again. Write that question again for me. And maybe make it English as well. Isak versus Salah for cap. It is a big one. I think if you're chasing, go Isak. If you're in a decent position, probably go Salah. Yeah, Trent is a risky pick. Trent is a big risky pick. But I feel you've always got to have one or two on the old free hit. They're a little bit more risky. And Trent is definitely that risky pick. I didn't see it there, mate. If you want to just try and send it again, I've gone through everyone's that are there. If it hasn't appeared there, it's sometimes the way Twitter/X works. Yeah, I think this is probably going to be my final team. I don't really see me changing too much, to be honest. Evan Nielsen or Raul, I think both are really, really good picks. Probably would just prefer Raul, as you can see from my team. I'd maybe take one hit, get yourself to 10. What about a Wobie? Yeah, not really for me personally. I prefer Raul, but I get the appeal. I do get the appeal. You don't know what you mean to me, no matter what I do. Oh, I'm crazy over you, no matter what I do. Why no Palmer? Just recent performances have been dire and dreadful. Diaz or Palmer? Prefer Diaz. Sessegnon will start. He's in the predicted lineups. Muniz is out, so yeah, I don't have to worry about that one. Depends who your multiple minuses are for. If they're for players that you think could do big this week, then maybe it's going to be worth it. If not, probably avoid it. Right, let's take a look. You've obviously resent your team in, so let's have a look. See if it's come through. Doesn't look like it's come through again, bro. So, I mean, if you're following me on Twitter, that's probably the way. Otherwise, I don't really know what else I can do. Maybe just whack it in the chat and I can help you out that way. Graham has sent his team in. Trent, Sessegnon. It's good midfield. It is good. I like it. It's decent. I like it. I like it a lot. Am I not tempted by Saw? No. If not on Buemo, Clivert, Palmer. Probably going to be your other picks. No matter what I do. His form might be 1.5, but no Muniz. Probably going to start today. And most people can score against Southampton. They just can. They're all just pretty terrible, aren't they? Oh, camera, come on, focus back in. This is the only thing I don't really like with this camera. Is sometimes it just doesn't decide to focus, does it? I couldn't see any more tweets that came through. So just make sure you are following me on Twitter, because sometimes they're a little bit dodgy. And they don't always pull through. Will Diaz start? Yeah, I'm pretty confident Diaz will start. Sanchez, Sessegnon, I guess no one wants to captain Palmer Cunha because there's just better options in my personal opinion. Salah and Isak are just better options. But if you fancy it, mate, go for it. I'm not going to tell you otherwise, am I? Even when I'm with my boo, I know I'm crazy over you. Let me know if you're heading to any games today. Obviously, quite a lot of big ones kicking around. I'm off to a big one in League 2 a little bit later. We're off to Donny versus Bradford. There potentially could be a league winner. There potentially could be a team getting promoted. There could be nothing at all. It could genuinely be a really exciting day today. Yeah, it could be one of those weeks where the free hit really does disappoint. It genuinely could be. It could be. No, I think the team was good, mate. I genuinely think the team was good. I didn't have any qualms or issues with it. So, yeah, I think it's a good team. I love you and I need you. Oh, Nelly, I love you. Yeah, Upper League 2 day out. Much better than the Prem. Prem's boring. I don't mind watching the Prem, but yeah, other than that, it's just a boring league, isn't it? It is just a boring league. Raul Jimenez captain, what do you think? Yeah, not for me. Pope and Cucurella or Leno and Livramento? Pope and Cucurella, I think, is probably the better options there. Yes, yes. I would wait. I would wait a week on Nuno. No, you're alright, bro. I've just clicked round what you were saying. Don't worry about it. Don't know which Newcastle mids to start, so going with double defence. Fair enough. Rest of the team looks decent. 150k rank. Taking a punt on Cunha captain as my captains have honked. Oh, it's a big gamble. It's a big gamble, but you know what, bro? If you fancy it, go for it. Semedo's a player I've not seen in many picks. Neither is Matoma, so some differentials within the midfield as well. Gamble on Trent as well. I like it. I mean, I've got Trent myself. But yeah, you've gone big with the captaincy. You are going big with the captaincy. No Palmer like myself, but I know you probably agree with me. Honks at the moment. So hopefully, mate, the Cunha captain works. Hopefully it works, mate. You might want to update that profile picture though, bro, on YouTube. That's a killer now. That's a killer. Yeah, that one should probably go. I had to get rid of all my emotes as well. Would you rather take a long poo or a relaxing wee? I do a long poo probably every day. So I probably would prefer, like, a long, satisfying wee is really good. Yeah, that's probably where I'd go for on that one. Forest are playing Brentford on Thursday because of the FA Cup. Yeah, I get it. Fair enough. Not fancy Cliver, maybe? Penalties? Palmer or Mbuemo, as you can see which way I'm leaning with my team. I've gone with Mbuemo. Iwobi or Cliver? Ooh, I think I'd prefer a Cliver. Penalties. Yeah, probably would prefer Cliver. Yeah, innit? He'll still get a contract when he gets out, though. It's just going to happen, innit? Just going to get a contract when he pops out. You know Nigel will be ready. Nigel would be ready with a nice 5-year deal for him. I get that. Maybe Palmer does go crazy without Tarkowski. There's always that big risk, but I just can't see it. Not for me, anyway. Hopefully you get them, mate. Hopefully you get there as well. That's the other thing. It's all right trying to get tickets, but you got to get there. Got to get there. We are 5 likes away, by the way, from 150 likes on today's stream. So if you do, of course, enjoy the content that you see on the channel, make sure you are hitting that like button, subscribe button as well if you are new around here. Massively appreciated, as always. Do 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 do. Arnold starts. Yeah, I think Trent starts. I do think Trent starts. In my opinion, anyway. But obviously, if you disagree, I get it. I understand. Barnes likely to start with Gordon back. Gordon's been back for weeks. I don't think people realise this. Gordon has actually been back for weeks. He's just been sat on the bench because of how good Harvey Barnes and Jacob Murphy's form has been. I think the only doubt is coming because Newcastle got battered. If Newcastle don't get battered, I don't think he still gets in that team. By the way, we've hit over 150 likes on today's stream. You absolute legends as always. So thank you very much for that one. Yeah, I've seen the stat about Southampton scoring 5 in the last 6. The goalkeeper position I'm still unsure of with Leno. He might be the one that does change very, very late. I just think Trent's got massive upside over Sessegnon for me personally. Hello, Jess. Welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing decent. But yeah, Leno could be the one that still does get replaced, but I'm not 100% sure who for yet. Bowen or Cliver, have some reason. Bowen will bang with Van Eck out. Could do. Could be a decent one. I just think Cliver with the penalties, their good record against United, Bournemouth as well. Thoughts on the Jota punt? I just don't like the Jota punt. I prefer Diaz over Jota, in my opinion. I mean, there is a doubt. There's a doubt on both of them. Like, Sessegnon might not play either. Like, there is a doubt on both of these players. But Trent is one of those players that is so explosive and could absolutely pop off at any point. That is why I've selected Trent. He just is one of those players that could either leave me with 1 point or a lot. He could. It genuinely would be so Cunha if he gets sent off today. He genuinely would. It wouldn't surprise me either if he did. Yeah, I think that's fine, Jessica. I do think that's fine. I think if you are obviously not on a free hit this week, one of the positions I wouldn't actually be looking to buy into would be a goalkeeper. They're just a waste of time, aren't they, really? Thoughts on Palmer? Just not for me. Just doesn't excite me as a pick this week, and that's why I've not selected him. But he very easily could go off big, and could be one of those players that does come back to bite me and haunt me in the arse a little bit. But yeah, not really a pick for me, to be honest. That's just kind of how I sit on it at the moment. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, this is it. Trent is either going to get a 1 or a 14. It's one of those, isn't it? It really is one of those. That's why I've selected him, though. That is why I've selected him. Because of what he can offer in terms of attacking returns. What do you think of Lawson? I don't mind Strand Lawson. 5 and 5 in his past few appearances. He is just a very, very good player, isn't he? But over Cunha, not for me. I think Cunha with his just BPS magnet ability to just pick bonus points up, he's going to be the one. If he gets 1, he's probably getting 3 bonus points off the back of it, or 2 at a minimum. Yeah, I actually would. In case, especially if they get that double as well in 36, that could be a tasty move, that, Jess. Bowen or Iwobi? Ooh. Bowen. Yeah, Bowen chicken pasta. Jose Sarr or Leno. Depends who your other defenders have got. If you've not got any Wolves defenders, probably go Jose Sarr. If you've got a Fulham defender, don't go Leno. That's probably the way I'd go with that one. Strand Lawson or Raul. Strand Lawson has 5 in his last 6. Raul hasn't returned in the past few weeks. He hasn't. I get it. I do get it why people are a little bit sceptical on Raul, but of course it is Southampton. They are absolutely terrible. But yeah, I think we've already got Cunha in the side, so I don't really want to go double Wolves attack. For me personally. Thoughts on Welbeck? Yeah, I really like Welbeck. He should see decent minutes. Should probably be on penalties as well this week. So yeah, I don't mind him as a pick. Raul over Wood. I've said this a few times. I just don't like Chris Wood as an option for this game week personally for me. They play on Thursday. You don't know what's going to happen in this FA Cup fixture. So yeah, probably just wouldn't go near it. And that wasn't a pun either. Wouldn't go near it. Do you think it is better strategy to spread a free hit squad over more teams and avoid triple ups? Depends though, because the fixtures are so delicious and it could work out in your favour, really, couldn't it? Morning, Tom. I've just woke up, so I've sent my team over. Cool, we'll go and take a look at that for you, Abby. And I've just closed the fantasy website down like a goon. What a goon. Right, that's back up. Let's have a look what's been sent in. Abby's team. She says, here is how my free hit is looking. Thoughts. She's gone the double. She's gone the double Wolves attack route. Oof. Could be. This is the thing. It could massively pay off. Or it could just be dog. It could be dog. Like, Wolves aren't some, like, amazing, full-flowing attacking team either. They're not. I just think for me personally, I couldn't go double Wolves attack because there's so many other good strikers I want this week. Raul, Vissa potentially. Just don't think I could do it. Evan Nielsen, yeah, there's just too many. I just don't think I could do it. But overall, the rest of the team looks pretty decent. It does look like a decent team. I'm just going to swap him around for him there, just for safety reasons. Hi Tom, I've got 8 players with 3 transfers. Do I wildcard? No, you can probably make 10. You should be fine there, right? Unless your team really, really needs a wildcard and you want to set yourself up for future weeks. But I guess you don't know who doubles in 36, so it is going to leave you a little bit unsure on certain players. Matoma or Cliver? Cliver. I think with the doubt around Murphy, maybe Cole Palmer. Probably, yeah, the Newcastle attackers then, over anyone there. Who to bench between Clivert and Buemo or Murphy? Probably either Buemo or Clivert. Neto or Barnes? Barnes. Oh, mate. Oh, dear. Oh, dearie, dearie, dearie. I couldn't see any more when I had a look. Yeah, I just don't think like Wolves are like some super team. You know what I mean? I don't see Wolves as like a super team that are going to knock it out of the park and are going to absolutely smash like through Leicester. I just don't see it. I think it's going to be a tight game. I think maybe 1 or 2 goals. And Cunha's probably going to be involved in that. Yeah, this is the thing with a wild card this week. It is just does leave the door open because you're thinking constantly, what do I do? Because do I back this team and then if they don't double, I'm a little bit knackered. Like it's a difficult one with the wild card this week. Fair enough. Fair enough. I guess it covers you off in that regard then, Abby. He'll just have the 1 left. Once I think it's like game week 19 or game week 20, the first one expires, so he'll just have 1 left. No, I've not quit UCL Fantasy. I just don't have the time at the moment to make content on it. The second channel has obviously been taking a bigger priority in my life. Just gym. Like, just life as well in general, to be honest. Lots of stuff going off at work. Personal relationships outside of the channel as well. So I have to prioritise what content I make each week. And unfortunately, UCL has fallen a little bit behind in terms of that. But definitely will be back next season, don't worry. How do I see Bruno? I don't mind Bruno as a pick, you know. Plays decent minutes. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know who's going to play in that Liverpool game. I really couldn't comment. I'm just going with Trent. I think he's either got a 1-pointer or a 14-pointer in him. Best of luck going against Cunha. I mean, it could work out in your favour, but yeah, it could be bad. Is Jim? Who the hell is Jim? Oh, Jim. Yeah, I mean the actual Jim, not Jim like a man. Ooh, Cooper might be a decent one. Cooper might be a decent one. I won't mind that. Russell Martin as well, but his football can be quite frustrating. Don't mind O'Neill either. There's a good selection. I'm actually bidding on a match-worn Norwich shirt at the moment, mate, as well. For that young Danish player you've got up front. Or Cam, or whatever. Yeah. Currently leading the bid, so we could get it. Would be nice to add to the collection. We've got one in there so far. We've got a Barnsley player. Match-worn shirt, so yeah. We're going to start building some of those up, making some content for the second channel around kits as well, so worthwhile investment. Yeah, I think Welbeck's minutes will be decent now with João Pedro suspended. Any news on Trent or Sessegnon? No, probably not going to get anything either. The guy's name is Oscar Shawartu? Shawartu? Is that how you pronounce it? Or Shawarta? Yeah. He's the one we've gone for. Well, bidding for, anyway. Which club do I support? I support Mansfield Town. You've probably never even heard of us. Probably never even heard of us, have you? Oh, dear, dear, dear. Let's have a final check of Twitter before we wrap up today's stream. See if I've had any other ones sent in. Doesn't look like we've had any other teams sent in. So, yeah, there we go. We're all good on that front as well. Not quite. You're gonna have to send me a voice note later, mate, how I pronounce it. Send me a voice note later on how I pronounce it, because I've definitely butchered it there, haven't I? But I mean, me and pronunciations are just a little bit butchery. Right, guys, I think we're going to leave it there, to be honest. I'm obviously heading off to a game. Shawartau, right? Shawartau. I think that's how you pronounce it. Bro, I literally couldn't see your team there. I've gone through everyone's team that was there. I just can't do anything if your team ain't there. I live in Mansfield. There we go. Gary lives in Mansfield. Big up, Gary. Hope you're a Mansfield fan as well with that. But like I said, we're all going to wrap it up in a minute. So yeah, thank you for everybody that's been in today's stream. Massively appreciate it. 170 likes is absolutely insane. Thank you very much. Peaked at around 300 viewers as well, so pretty decent stream, to be honest. Yeah, Aiken's in the nick, isn't he? Oof. Oof, Aiken's in the nick. But yeah, we're going to leave it there. Like I said, there's going to be some decent content coming out on the second channel today. We're off to Bradford versus Doncaster. One of the teams could get promoted today. Or neither could. It genuinely is a topsy-turvy game. A lot could happen. It should be decent. I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah, it should just be a class day out. So make sure you're going and checking out the second channel as well. I'm sure someone will leave a link for that in the description, so you can go and check that out yourself. Plenty of content coming up over there over the next few weeks as well. Game for next week as well is Bradford's final game of the season, so that should be a tasty one. We also have, what else do we have? I've ordered some kit content stuff as well, so that'll be decent. But yeah, this is the thing, the nailed on 0-0 still might end in someone getting promoted, but I won't be there to get on the pitch because has to rely on a game at 3 o'clock. But hey ho, we'll wait and see. Wait and see what happens. Right, like I said, I'm going to end it there. Thank you very much for everybody in today's stream. Massively appreciate you all. absolute legends as always. Thank you for, nearly 180 likes now. Absolute legends. Like I said, I'll post my team a little bit later on Twitter, so make sure you are following me in there. But thank you very much for everybody that has watched today. Massively appreciated, like I said, and I will see you very, very shortly.